together, they are the Wardogs.
Well, Finlay and Moloney have really stepped up, and with that War Dog faction within the Bullet Club, and with David Finlay at the helm, they are charting the course for the Bullet Club today in 2025. Certainly very big shoes to fill, but Don, do you think Finlay and company are rising to the occasion?
I mean, I think it's a good first step. The thing is, if you're going to actually put the Good Brothers down, I mean, you literally better have all those ducks in a row, because they are pros, and they're old school pros.
Their opponents, the team of Gallows and Karl Anderson, the Good Brothers.
Certainly you talk about the origins of the Bullet Club. You go back to Prince Devitt, to the Young Bucks, to Tama Tonga, to Bad Luck Fale, to all of the original components. And Gallows and Anderson, a major reason why that faction sweep the entire wrestling world.
And more to the point, I mean, they're very entertaining guys, and they're controversial. But here's the thing about the Good Brothers. One of the best tag teams I've ever seen. And when you talk about Karl Anderson, you're talking about a guy with no holes in his game, work any style. And Gallows, to me, one of the best wrestling big men since Don Leo Jonathan, famous Canadian right here.
I think you can certainly make a case that Gallows and Anderson, certainly one of the most decorated, maybe one of the greatest foreign-born, if not overall, heavyweight tag teams in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, they dominated in Japan, and more to the point, they really embraced the Japanese style. And you have to do that to master it, which they did, but they're in tight with the Wardogs.
And here we go. It was a double countout between these two tag teams a month ago at Northern Rising. A month and change, I should say, as the action.
Right hand there.
As you might expect, picking up right where it left off. They brawled throughout the building. Look out, down in Toronto. And there is no love lost here. There's a lot of pride at stake. And I think Finlay and Moloney resent the fact that Anderson and Gallows, in their mind, can come right back in, walk off from wherever promotion they just came from, and claim themselves to be Bullet Club OGs, claim themselves to be part of the club, when Finlay and Moloney have been carrying that banner since, the leadership of Finlay since March of 2023, let alone what they did before that.
But the Good Brothers are the reason that there is a banner. It's typical of sports, right? I mean, we always think the teams that came before, oh, Michael Jordan, much better than LeBron James. We always think that what came before was better, and I think that's kind of what people feel with the Good Brothers with respect to the Bullet Club, and Finlay doesn't like it.
I asked Anderson and Gallows that earlier today, and they echoed what you just said, Don. They were the OGs. They were the one laying that foundation, and they were the ones, in their words, selling 8,000 t-shirts in 20 minutes, and nobody else has done that.
I made money off that. I managed these guys for well over a year, and great guys to be around, but they're my kind of guys. I mean, they're real hardcore wrestling people.
That's surprising you found a way to stick your fingers in that one, too.
Well, shouldn't I get some money out of that? I mean, we're a group, we're a team.
I asked the Wardogs the same question as to why they are the better version of the Bullet Club, and they said, quote, unmatched violence. We are simply the baddest version of the Bullet Club there's ever been.
Well, I will say this. David Finlay is a kid who really, the wrestling business comes easy to him. Yeah. He is great at everything.
Oh, jeez! Contact made with a referee, and that shows you how chaotic this is. That's not the first time we saw a near miss with a referee tonight, but at that point, just caught in the line of fire.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine when I see a referee go down with injury, I have to tell you.
You just like watching people suffer.
I do.
Let's take a look at it again. Did you call this replay, Don?
Oh, it's
That's
fantastic. Look at this stooge got smashed into the corner. Welcome to the wrestling business, kid.
Well, Gallows and Anderson we're going to give their own welcoming party to David Finlay, although he is 4th generation. Keep in mind, and the name Finlay travels far and wide throughout Japan, Europe, North America, anywhere there's been pro wrestling.
His father, Fit Finlay, is one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. What a fantastic performer. What a fantastic tough man he was. Still is.
No doubt. Fit Finlay, Satoshi Kojima, another mentor of Finlay. Spent time over in the New Japan dojo. But Karl Anderson.
You know what I never hear from the War Dogs? I never hear them thank the OGs. I never hear them say, you know what, we don't like them, but thanks to them, we have jobs in this business right now. I never hear that, and I think that's a point of consternation.
Well, isn't there something to be said about reinventing something and making it your own? I mean, you see sports teams' rosters turn over time after time, but your success in 2025 doesn't necessarily depend on what the team looked like in 2015.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I think you know the answer. What business is it you think you're in? We all like to be put over. You gotta give your respects to the OGs, and they haven't done it.
Nice snap on the DDT by Finlay, who gets a count of 2.
Finlay reminds me quite a lot of a young Karl Anderson.
Yeah, it's a great call. I think Finlay and Moloney both preparing for the upcoming G1. They'll both be a part of.
And that is a brutal grind for sure. One of my men in the Don Callis family in All Elite Wrestling, Konosuke Takeshita, will be competing in that tremendous tournament.
And Drilla Moloney, textbook suplex, a man that's been wrestling since the age of 12. Former 2-time IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion with Clark Connors.
Great physique there, eating those chops.
Clark Connors, a fellow War Dog, along with Gabe Kidd, of course, advised by Ghetto in many cases, 2 count.
I'm a big Gabe Kidd fan, I have to tell you.
Yeah, well, he certainly is somebody who's very, very dangerous. And we've seen him in AEW, we've seen him in New Japan. And he's somebody that can shift the dynamic all by himself. And you know, the War Dogs kind of a Bullet Club subgroup, maybe similar to what the Elite was once upon a time. As certainly we want to thank everybody that's helped our group be so successful here tonight, including Liuna. Feel the power, and you can feel the power of the impact of Finlay, who takes down Anderson and gets a count of 2. Don, if the War Dogs are victorious tonight, does that prove them right? Is their version of the Bullet Club usurped Gallows and Anderson?
Well, I think it's certainly a step in the right direction if that's the outcome they're looking for. I will say this. One of the great things about the Good Brothers is a lot of tag teams, they show up for work, they tag, and they go their separate ways. These guys travel together, they socialize together, they wrestle together, they train together. They even sometimes share hotel rooms, because when you're that close, you know what's happening. You know the tendencies of your partner. I don't know if the War Dogs have had the time together to spend that kind of time.
Well, Finlay knew what was happening, and that was Anderson reaching out for the tag. Finlay, no stranger to tag team success, IWGP and Impact Tag Team Champion with Juice Robinson, never openweight 6-man tag team champion with Satoshi Kojima and Ricochet, World Tag League winner with Juice Robinson, in addition to other accolades like the inaugural New Japan Global Championship and the 2025 New Japan Cup. Finlay is decorated, to say the least.
Let me tell you this, I am surprised. Normally the Good Brothers dictate pace. Normally the Good Brothers cut the ring in half, and all of those things have been done exclusively by the War Dogs so far.
Yeah. And Anderson, though,
Anderson's had enough.
You're not going to find a weakness on the anatomy of Karl Anderson.
He's not going to take any guff from this, what he views as a New Japan young boy.
But Moloney taking it right back, absorbing it.
That's what you got to do.
Into the eye, that's how you earn that respect. But digging deep into the eyes, come on.
This referee has made a Lazarus-like recovery here after getting squashed in the corner. Can only hope something bad happens to him again, just so I can scratch that itch that I like to scratch.
Why do you hate people so much?
Well, because people are ignorant, and I can't stand referees. They're one of the lowest forms of life in the wrestling business.
Anderson fighting back. I think we got a great crew of zebras here in MLP.
Of course you do. You're new here. You're trying to get over with everyone.
Okay, fine.
Give it a minute. You'll bury everything like I do.
I don't think I do anything like you.
Oh, here we go, the big man.
Here comes Gallows. Anderson got that big tag.
Watch that right hand of Gallows, or the right foot for that matter.
Yeah, Gallows, what, 6'8", maybe a little bit more?
Oh, yeah.
Stacks him up in the corner. That big body block, and Gallows cross body to both men. Keep in mind, Gallows and Anderson, 3-time tag champions in TNA, 3 times in IWGP, 2 times in WWE, 2 count only. The 2013 World Tag League. I mean, Gallows and Anderson ran roughshod over New Japan for so many years. Maybe look at Snake Eyes.
Oh, wow, that's smart wrestling. Take out the big man's knee.
And Finlay was waiting to follow through from behind, hooks the leg for 2. We know they are tenacious and remorseless. Are the wardogs who measure Gallows but sidesteps out of harm's way.
Suckered the youngsters in there.
Double clothesline connects. And if Gallows and Anderson feel they're owed some dues for building the Bullet Club long before the War Dogs was a thought.
Wow.
They're looking to collect some of those dues here and now.
Magic Killer. Nope.
Got reverse neck breaker, another great Gallows and Anderson double team, but only 2. I think that tells me, Don, they're softening up their opponent for the Magic Killer.
Karl looks great. Took a lot of punishment early, but he's in tremendous physical condition, and he's been through the wars.
Karl's one of those guys like a TJP who just gets better with age. He does not show any signs of slowing down. Here's the
Magic Killer.
No, Finlay pushed off, got the inside cradle, traps Gallows. Wow. Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, half a count away in this incredible battle of pride. Maybe a battle of intellectual property, who knows? And look at they go high-low and connect with Gallows. He's down. This'll do it. And Finlay tried to serve as a human blockade, but got pushed in, and the contact breaks the fall.
Everybody down right now. Battle of wills to see who makes it to their feet and takes advantage.
And regardless of the result of this matchup from here, what we've seen so far is a testament to why the Bullet Club transformed pro wrestling, why they are so dominant, because of men in the stable like this. No matter the era, no matter the time period, Bullet Club only takes the best.
Oh, wow, Karl Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson outsmarts, using that ring savvy. The evil experience goal. Moloney just speared through Doc Gallows. And this could be, he's looking to elevate Gallows. He likes to go for the Drilla from there, but I don't think he can get the 280 or 90 pounder up. And Finlay's been neutralized, and the Magic Killer's been hit.
Good night.
Gallows and Anderson reaffirm their status as the OGs.
Here are your winners, the Good Brothers!
We saw every bit of the physicality, of the intensity, of the killer instinct we expected from both sides. But tonight, Gallows and Anderson proved that staying power. They finish on top.
Great showing. They got to be very happy. They took everything the War Dogs had to offer, and they hung in there.
Yeah, the War Dogs maybe carried that banner with pride, but it was Gallows and Anderson that built that foundation that led to the towering success the Bullet Club continues to enjoy to this day. Machine Gun Karl Anderson and Gallows soak in the moment. The Good Brothers, the spiritual journey reaches the promised land.